John Walter Lord, Jr., was an American author, best known for his documentary-style non-fiction account A Night to Remember, about the sinking of the RMS Titanic. Early life. Lord was born in Baltimore, Maryland to John Walter House Lord and Henrietta N. Acute Hoffman on October 8, 1917. His father, who was a lawyer, died when Lord was just 3 years old. Lord's grandfather, Richard Curzon Hoffman, was president of the Baltimore Steam Packet Company steamship firm in the 1890s. In July 1926, at the age of 9, Lord traveled across the Atlantic Ocean, from New York to Cherbourg and Southampton on the RMS Olympic, the Titanic's sister ship. Following high school at Baltimore's Gilman School, he studied history at Princeton University and graduated in 1939. Lord then enrolled at Yale Law School, interrupting his studies to join the United States Army after the attack on Pearl Harbor. During World War II, he was assigned to the Office of Strategic Services as a code clerk in London. In 1942, he was the agency secretariat when the war ended in 1945. Afterwards, Lord returned to Yale, where he earned a degree in law. Career. Lord wrote or edited and annotated 11 best-selling books on such diverse subjects as Pearl Harbor, the Battle of Midway, the Battle of the Alamo, the Battle of Baltimore, Arctic exploration, pre-World War I America, Coast Watchers, and the Civil Rights Struggle. Shortly after going to work as a copywriter for the J. Walter Thompson advertising agency in New York City, Lord published the Fremantle Diary, edited and annotated from the journals of the British officer and Confederate sympathizer, Arthur Fremantle, who toured the South for 3 months in 1863. It became a mild, but surprising, success in 1954, as Lord was well into completing A Night to Remember, which would win him much popular acclaim. A Night to Remember, about the sinking of the RMS Titanic, became a bestseller in 1955 and was made into a popular 1958 British movie of the same name. The historian tracked down 63 Titanic survivors and wrote a dramatic, minute-by-minute account of the ocean liner's sinking during her maiden voyage. Lord's knowledge of the Titanic catastrophe achieved considerable renown, and he frequently lectured at meetings of the Titanic Historical Society. In his final years, Lord wrote another book about the Titanic titled The Night Lives On: Thoughts, Theories and Revelations About the Titanic, published in 1986. In the next decade, Lord served as a consultant to director James Cameron during the filming of Titanic. The sequel documentary to Cameron's film Titanic, Ghosts of the Abyss, was dedicated to Lord's memory. Death. Lord, a lifelong bachelor, died at age 84 on May 19, 2002, after a long struggle with Parkinson's disease, at his Manhattan home. Noted historian David McCulloch said of Lord at his death, "He was one of the most generous and kind-hearted men I've ever known, and when I had stars in my eyes and wanted to become a writer, he was a great help. I'll always be indebted to him." Lord is buried in his maternal family's plot at historic Greenmount Cemetery in Baltimore. His grave is marked by a marble bench listing the books he authored. Biography. In 2009, Jenny Lawrence edited and published The Way It Was, Walter Lord on his life and books. In the late 1980s, Lawrence had recorded hours of interviews she had with Lord, in which he discussed his writing and life. After chapters on his early life in Baltimore and up to his time with the OSS in London and Paris, chapters are devoted to his research and writing of each of his books. Publications. Lord published 12 historical works: The Fremantle Diary, A Night to Remember, Day of Infamy, The Good Years, A Time to Stand, Perry and the Pole, The Past That Would Not Die, Incredible Victory, The Dawn's Early Light, Lonely Vigil, The Miracle of Dunkirk, The Night Lives On, Thoughts, Theories and Revelations about the Titanic.